Good morning. If you missed it the first, I appreciate the added wave out there from some of you. I appreciate that. If you missed it the first time, my name is Sam McLaughlin, and I'm the senior pastor here at the church. If you're online or listening to our sermon podcast, we're so glad that you're here as well. As you have heard, this week we are starting to celebrate the 75th anniversary of the church. It is actually September 24th, so that is why we're having our big party on Wednesday, but we're beginning to celebrate that today, of course. And as a part of getting ready for our celebration, I went back and I read through the history of Belmead Church. This was from 1950 to 2000. I don't know if any of you have seen this book. I think you have. If you haven't, we were actually giving them out in Belmead 101, and if you want a copy, we have a lot. But this is a wonderful, rich history about the life of our church, and so I want to talk a little bit about it today, and really just start with the beginning of our story and then tell you some things that I have noticed. So in 1950, this area of Nashville began to rapidly grow. And the story goes that 13 families in this area came together, noticing this rapid growth, and felt that God placed it on their hearts to plant a church here in Belmead, which, sort of became Westmead as time passed. Bishop Paul Kern was the bishop at the time, and he appointed Reverend Everett Tilson to come and help establish and organize this new congregation. I think it's completely relevant that this Reverend Tilson was a student at Vanderbilt School of Theology. I thought I was the youngest person to be appointed senior pastor, but this was a student at Vanderbilt School of Theology. His annual salary was $1,800, which Google tells me amounted to about $24,000 in today's terms, okay? But what I want you to hear really from the first part of this story is that it wasn't a pastor who came to the conference or to the bishop and said, I have a dream to plant a church, or I want to be a church planter. Where is there rapid growth in the city? It was a group of 13 families of what we call laity in the church. You who noticed change and felt God calling you to respond to it. That's so important that that's a part of our story, right? Okay, then we come to the afternoon of September 24th, 1950, and the church held its first worship service at Palmer School on Leek Avenue. This is really classic for church plants. You find a school in the neighborhood that will allow you to come and worship, and you worship there as long as you can until you raise the funds to build your own building. So in that school, the auditorium was used for the worship services, but it was also used for the adult Sunday school, of which there were a lot of people that wanted to be a part of that. The kindergarten met in the hallways, and the youth